Imagine it's December, and you're flipping through the TV channels. Suddenly, the screen glows with a very familiar holiday scene. Snow falling softly, warm lights twinkling, and the cheerful chime of a jingle that takes you back. For a moment, it feels like Christmas itself has stepped into your living room. For many generations, holiday commercials have been more than just ads. They've become time capsules of Christmas cheer. They fill you with nostalgia, wonder, and the promise of a magical season. Whether it was Coca-Cola's iconic Santa or Sears' enchanting wish books, these commercials didn't just sell products. They shaped our traditions and captured the heart of the holidays. Today, we're unwrapping the story behind these classic American Christmas ads, exploring how they defined the holiday spirit from the 1950s to the 1980s. So, get cozy, settle in by the fire, and let's revisit the magic of the season. '50s, a post-war holiday sparkle. The 1950s marked the dawn of television's golden age, and Christmas advertising quickly found its place on the small screen. The post-war economic boom was in full swing at the time, so brands seized the opportunity to celebrate abundance and the feeling of togetherness. One of the first and most iconic Christmas campaigns came from Coca-Cola. They had already shaped the modern image of Santa Claus through their 1930s print ads. Now, they brought to life the red-suited Jolly Santa on the television. The Coca-Cola commercials often depicted Santa enjoying an ice-cold Coke after delivering the presents, set against a backdrop of roaring fires and glittering Christmas trees. They weren't just selling soda, they solidified the idea of Santa as a central figure of American Christmas traditions. On the other hand, department stores were also keen on good advertising. Stores like Sears leaned into their role as holiday hubs. Sears' famous wish book catalogs became a seasonal staple in households around the country. Their TV ads encouraged families to gather around the catalog, circling toys and gifts they dreamed of finding under the tree. For many children, flipping through the wish book became a beloved holiday ritual. It built anticipation and connected families to the magic of giving. Another memorable 1950s campaign came from Westinghouse, a brand that tapped into the era's fascination with modern home appliances. Their Christmas commercials didn't just highlight the products, they presented them as symbols of prosperity and convenience, perfect for a modern holiday. One particularly iconic ad featured a sparkling aluminum Christmas tree surrounded by Westinghouse appliances wrapped in festive bows. The message was quite clear in that these were gifts that could transform a household and make life easier for the whole family. The ads appealed to post-war optimism, where shiny new appliances symbolized progress and success. Westinghouse commercials often showed smiling families gathered in cozy living rooms, marveling at their new toasters, refrigerators, or radios. This tied the practicality of these gifts to the warmth of holiday cheer. This also made them seem like gifts of comfort and love. Together with Coca-Cola and Sears, Westinghouse helped define the 1950s holiday aesthetic by blending the promise of modern living with timeless seasonal traditions. The 1960s. The rise of emotional storytelling. In the 1960s, holiday commercials began to move beyond simple product promotion to tell more heartfelt and memorable stories. There were many cultural shifts in this era. We were talking about the space race, civil rights movements, and evolving family dynamics, all of it subtly echoed in holiday advertising. Take Macy's, for example. By this time, Macy's Christmas commercials weren't just about shopping. They focused more on the experience of the holiday itself. Their ads often depicted families making their way through the snowy streets to admire Macy's legendary holiday window displays. Inside the store, smiling children were shown gazing at toy trains, dolls, and Christmas decorations. These commercials created a sense of wonder and joy and captured the magic of a trip to Macy's during the holiday season. For those who couldn't make it to a big city, these ads allowed them to feel like part of the tradition. On the other hand, Hallmark cards focused on emotional connection. One particularly moving ad from the 1960s showed a grandson carefully choosing the perfect card for his grandmother, who then tearfully read it by the Christmas tree. Their tagline was, "When you care enough to send the very best." It really struck a chord with viewers, making Hallmark synonymous with warm holiday gestures. This emotional storytelling encouraged people to cherish the relationships that made their holidays meaningful. The 1960s also saw an explosion of color and festivity in advertising. Multicolored Christmas lights, shiny metallic decorations, and the growing popularity of television brought vibrant visuals into living rooms. These trends infused holiday commercials with a new level of festive charm. 1970s. Nostalgia meets modernity. The 1970s were a decade of change, and Christmas commercials walked the line between tradition and modern trends. With economic challenges like inflation and the energy crisis, holiday advertising emphasized simple pleasures, nostalgia, and family bonds. For instance, Kodak ads focused on capturing holiday memories. Their commercials often depicted families unwrapping presents, decorating trees, or baking cookies, all while snapping photos with Kodak cameras. Their tagline was, "For the times of your life." In 1976, they made an ad with a song of the same name too. Of course, it resonated deeply because it conveyed the idea that Christmas was a time to preserve and cherish togetherness. This approach helped popularize the tradition of documenting Christmas mornings, something that we continue today with smartphones and social media. The 1970s also saw the rise of unique and visually striking decorations, which made their way into commercials. Companies like Empire Plastics began producing blow-mold lawn ornaments, colorful illuminated figures of Santa, snowmen, and nativity scenes. Ads featuring these decorations inspired families to create elaborate displays, and driving around to admire neighborhood lights became a beloved holiday activity. 1980s. Bigger, bolder, brighter. As we moved into the 1980s, Christmas commercials had reached new heights of creativity and extravagance. This mirrored the decade's larger-than-life culture. With more advanced technology and bigger advertising budgets, brands created ads that were as much about entertainment as they were about products. One standout campaign from this era was Coca-Cola's Holiday Caravan ads. These commercials featured glowing trucks winding through snowy landscapes, their lights sparkling in the night as families gathered to watch. The accompanying jingle, "Holidays Are Coming," became so iconic that it's still used in Coca-Cola's modern Christmas campaigns. Funny enough, a totally new AI-generated version of the Holiday Caravan was released by Coca-Cola just this year. Brands like Coca-Cola knew that they already sold huge numbers of soda. That is why one could see that the explicit focus was not on the product anymore. They created a sense of excitement that signaled the holiday season had officially begun. Another unforgettable ad came from Toys R Us, whose jingle, "I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid," became the national anthem of childhood Christmas dreams. Their commercials featured children exploring toy aisles while filled with a sense of wonder and anticipation. For parents, these ads were a reminder of the joy they could bring to their kids, and they often sparked a rush to find that year's must-have toys. Some of the most memorable ones are the Cabbage Patch Kid, the Transformers, and Teddy Ruxpin. Another enduring example is the Hershey's Kiss handbell commercial, which debuted in the late 80s. This ad featured a row of kisses playing the tune of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." Even luxury brands like De Beers found their place in holiday advertising. Their Christmas commercials featured couples gifting diamonds. These ads reinforced the idea as a time for grand, romantic gestures. They subtly tried to tie the holiday to the notion of lasting love. The 1980s also introduced synchronized light displays and inflatable yard decorations, which turned entire neighborhoods into dazzling spectacles. If we talk about the cultural impact of these ads, their influence went far beyond the products they advertised. There's a reason we're still talking about them today. They became woven into the very fabric of the American Christmas traditions. Let's look at what were the main tactics used by the advertisers, which made them so memorable. First of all, note that they featured visual icons. Coca-Cola's Santa, Hershey's Ringing Kisses, and Kodak's family moments became symbols of the holiday season. Secondly, they were shaping rituals. Ads like Sears Wish Book commercials created new traditions, circling dream gifts or snapping photos by the Christmas tree. Thirdly, they also incorporated a lot of emotional storytelling. One could say this was the boom of the creative advertising field. And finally, they all set the tone in their own unique ways. For many people, seeing these commercials marked the unofficial start of the holiday season. They captured the excitement, nostalgia, and magic that made Christmas special. As we unwrap this nostalgic journey, it's clear that classic American Christmas commercials were more than just marketing. They were moments of joy and tradition. What's your favorite Christmas commercial? Did it make your holidays a little brighter? Share your memories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgic trips down memory lane. Thanks for watching, and may your season be merry and bright.